And welcome to another Q&A. This time we're answering questions from Patreon and a couple of YouTube comments as well. So, let's get into it. From Joy the Redneck Dutchman. If you had no limits, what profession would you like to learn? I had to think on this one for a while, but I think I'd love to study food science and get the skills to sort of become a personal chef. One of my favorite YouTube channels is How to Cook That, and I especially love her series where she debunks viral food hacks. But the coolest thing about that is she often doesn't have to try them because with that food science degree of hers, she already knows exactly how all the different ingredients are going to react. It's edible chemistry, like that is so cool. How could you not love that? So I would love to have that knowledge and the skill set of a chef so I can cook up a storm for all my friends and family. No, I don't ever want to work in an actual kitchen. Like I've watched way too much Gordon Ramsay, too stressful for me. From Pixel. So throughout your furry journey, you've experienced a lot and it has brought you to this wonderful time today. Before the end of 2020 or even the end of this new decade, what are your personal goals in the fandom? Well, one of them was attempt to make a suit, so tick that one off my list. But I'd definitely love to try it properly, like with proper materials and proper planning and proper research. I might do it for bottle episode 100, I'll see how we go. Other than that, I'd love to make it to Anthrocon or Eurofurence, like those are the top two cons on my cons I really want to go to list. But that's about it really, like I feel like I've already achieved a lot of the things that I always wanted to do, so I'm feeling pretty good, I'm just going with the flow. From Steamworks, what furry pastimes do you think would be best suited for a quarantined household? Only asking this in particular as for the foreseeable future, that's how my life will be until Britain comes off lockdown. Well, this is actually my topic for my next bottle episode, so stay tuned for that one. But there is actually a surprising amount of stuff you can do. There's Furry Omegle Night, there's online conventions like Down Home FurCon, there's VR chat, which you don't actually need a VR headset to play by the way. Watching streamers, learning to draw, or, make a fursuit with random stuff in your house. I have a lot more details on all of these in the actual bottle episodes, but until then, there's some ideas. From Tyler Ratches. If you could bring any of your persona/characters to life, which one would it be and why? This is a hard one, so let's bring up all my characters and do this by a process of elimination. I don't really want to bring any of my main personas to life because it's just me. I don't really want another me running around. I don't know how anyone puts up with the one of me. Also gotta take into consideration that I'm probably gonna have to look after whichever character I'm bringing to life, so that puts all the bird characters out because my buddies are not going to want to share their seed. Mai is a tiger, and I definitely do not have the money to buy enough meat to feed a heckin' tiger. Spraggle and C Double Sharp would probably be way too noisy, and Lucio would want to have a house party every night. Waver would definitely cause too much chaos. I don't want to bring a supervillain into the world. Holvid's an adventurer, so he's never going to be home anyway. And Pocari is already such a large part of my life that he may as well be alive anyway. Namu would just put everyone to sleep and no one would get anything done. So that leaves Knapsack, and that works pretty well. She doesn't eat anything, so I don't have to feed her. I can use her endless pouch for storage. And with how cuddly she is, she's basically a portable couch. You can even, wrap yourself up in her ears and it's a portable bed. So, yeah, Knapsack is the winner. I would bring Knapsack to life. From Fido Blue. If you could develop a video game or board game, what would the concept, idea, or goal be? I want a Beastars game! I'd love it in a sort of Persona style, so you can travel freely, you've got the social aspect to it, you can plan your in-game days however you want, but in the dark market, you would have the combat aspect of the game. Not sure what fighting style I'd go for, turn-based would probably get boring quickly because there's no magical powers or anything. Maybe a normal fighting game where you can input particular button combos for particular moves, but on a 3D plane. So if someone could hurry up and make this happen, just here you go, all my money, it is yours. From Zing. How many pins do you have and what is your favorite one? Well, I do have a couple of pins. I think my favorite has to be the giant Persona Pins one. It's so ridiculously oversized that it's actually kind of satisfying. Like, this thing is solid. I could probably knock someone out with this. Other than that, I do love my anniversary pin. Like, you can only get these by being on their Patreon for a full year. The only other way to get one is to buy someone's off them, so it is quite special. But for non-persona pins, I do love my skater bun. I got that one at Supernova just from like a generic mass pin seller. And I also love all my Mamath pins. Mamath is an incredible artist and I love their merch so much. I highly recommend you go check them out. I'll put a link for you in the description. And one to Persona Pins Patreon as well. Go sign up if you like shiny things. From Nick Sav. If you had to adopt another person's fursuit, who would you adopt? I would have to say Summit. Summit is a plush husky suit that was made by Don't Hug Cacti, and if I know anything about the comfort of their suits, wearing a plush suit of theirs is gonna feel like wearing a bed. Well, plush suits are a lot harder to wear just with all the oversized proportions and all the padding in them, but I think it'd be worth it. I mean, worst case, I can just sort of roll around on the ground. Actually, no, he's got a lot of white fur. That's probably a bad idea. From Julian Wads. Hello, Pocari. My name is Julian, and I am a pitbull / gator dog / raptor shark mix. I recently was rewatching some of your videos, and one that stood out to me was the Capricorn vlog. While watching, I noticed that a lot of people would pet you as you walked by. This got me thinking, and is now leading me to the question I wanted to ask you. While public suiting, is it common for people to be grabby? Can it easily become overstimulating to constantly be poked and whatnot randomly? In open spaces like parks, it's not as bad, but the more dense ones like conventions, absolutely. I think it's because people who aren't used to furries and seeing fursuits sort of see us as just mascots. And mascots are all about physical interactions. Handshakes, high five, hugs, like, yeah, okay, yeah, we do that too. But like, the mascots are paid to do it, and they don't own the costume, and they didn't pay thousands of dollars to have it either. And companies usually have multiple mascot suits as well. Mascots are made for the public to interact with, so my theory is when people don't know the difference between a mascot and a fursuit, some of them feel obliged and almost entitled to touch it, which is really easy to do in the condensed space of a convention. So if you're really finicky about people touching you in suit or that sort of thing overwhelms you very quickly, I wouldn't recommend suiting at non-furry conventions for very long. Be sure to look over your suit later just to check for any stains that might have been put there by grubby hands and get some carpet cleaner on that ASAP. From LPS Breeze Husky. If you're at a dance competition just watching, can you leave halfway through? I mean, I've seen videos that suggest that the dance comps could be 2+ hours, being why you know I don't think I could sit through that. Are you allowed to leave? Yeah, dance comps, especially the ones at larger conventions, can go for a while, but yeah, of course you're allowed to leave. Same goes for any other panels and stuff, just make sure you're polite about it. Like, wait until someone's dance is finished before you up and go, because otherwise you could end up distracting the dancer, or you'll just be annoying and get in the way of everyone else trying to watch. From Heather Fowler. Hi Pocari, my parents know I'm a furry, and they were supportive at first, but they're starting to think it's bad and do not support me in my furry art and hobby. I've tried to explain it to them many times that it's just about answering animals, but they don't seem to understand. They even threw away my fursuit I was trying to make. I'm 12 and I want to go to a con, but they say no. What can I do to convince them that the furry fandom is friendly and amazing? Alright, it's really sad to hear about your fursuit. Like, you think parents would want to encourage awesome creativity like that, so I'm really sorry to hear. Beta's video is a really good one for showing people what the furry fandom is really about, and I made a video a little while back about telling your family that you're a furry. But if you've done all you can, then I'm afraid I can't really give you any more advice about, like, personally knowing your parents. Unfortunately, the furry fandom is just one of those things that not everybody is going to understand. Like, your parents are just doing what they feel is best for you. Like, parenting is hard, okay? But the good thing is, you are still very young and you still have your whole life ahead of you. Use this time to study and work hard so that when you get older, you can move out into your own place and get an awesome job and make lots of money so then you can afford all the good materials for your fursuit making and then go to any convention you want. I know the furry fandom is really exciting and you want to dive right into it, but I promise you there is no rush. The fandom is always going to be here for you. So let this motivate you to work really hard at school. Like, you got this. From Kawaii. What is the best pose for a ref sheet? Ooh. Then ooh. It depends on what you're using the reference for. Like, if you're doing artwork of the character, then you want at least 2 views. And that can be in pretty much any pose you want, just as long as all the markings are still visible. That's the most important part. You can even throw a little bit of personality into the poses so that the artist can get a better understanding of your character. But if it's for a fursuit, do away with all the personality stuff and all you want is a T-pose with a front, side, and back view. That way your maker will know exactly how all your markings work and where they all go. And that about does it for another Q&A. Please be sure to leave me some more in the comments below with the hashtag Q&A, then I can find them, and give a like to the ones that you want to see answered the most. Thank you so much for watching. I would not be here without that. Thank you so much. Stay awesome, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Our anniversary patrons this month are Graphics, Koinu Kisuga, Trail White, and Ember Vixer, who have been here for 2 years now, and Volt Ashcore, Sean Keita, and Gilly Savard, who have been here for 1 year. Thank you guys so much.